We were married when we came out in 1944 in December. This was in Lvov, because before we left was the Svire, they call it, like from Passover till Shavuot till Lag BaOmer. You're not supposed to get married. It was on my mind because I knew that we'll have to run away and go to that man who promised to keep us there. So we went there was a rabbi still in our town.
This is while you were in the ghetto still?
In the ghetto, yes, before we left the ghetto. And we went to that rabbi before we left. That was in the 1st of June we left. It was shortly before that Lag BaOmer. And we told him that we want to get married. So he said, can't get married this time of year. So I just had I had rings from my brother. So we put rings on and we considered ourselves married. But when we were liberated, we came out. We lived together because I had nobody else. And I dreamt every night of my father and the rabbi from our hometown that he comes, he said, "Why aren't you married? You can't live like that." But we had no time. My husband had to work because when we came out, the Russian wanted to take him to the army right away. And he wasn't well enough to go to the army yet, so he found a place in Lvov. We lived in Lvov then because we left our hometown right away. And it was a military institution, and he drove a car before the war, so they hired him like a chauffeur. He drove a truck. And he was sort of like in the army. He didn't wear a uniform, but he worked for the army. So they used to send him to Kiev and to Romania and to the front, to the west. So he was traveling most of the time, and I saw him in the middle of the night. He used to come home dead tired. He said, "Why don't we get married? Get married." And he just didn't he said he's too tired and it's too late. But one day it was Christmas. He had a day off. So I said, "Today's the day we're getting married." So we went out, and that dentist survived also with his wife. But those 3 months we were separated. He was at a different place, and then we met after we were liberated. And we both went to Lvov, and we lived there in separate apartments. We had apartments there. So I came with my husband to their house, and I said, "You are getting married too," because he wasn't married either with that. But he had a wife and a son before, but the Germans killed him. So we went that night. It was Christmas Eve. And that wedding, I won't forget. And we found a rabbi, and he married us. So then my husband gave me that ktuba, that marriage certificate. He said, now you are happy. And he said, "I'll have peace now because I nag them every night, let's get married." And you know what happened to that ktuba? I have to admit, I kept it in a purse. All those years I came to Canada. And then I decided an old purse, I gave it to the Salvation Army.